Together, let's embark on a scientific exploration of yoga, where you are the scientist, your heart is the laboratory, and you are the outcome. Welcome to Meditate with Daji. This week we will continue to put questions to Daji. We have been receiving lots of questions from the viewers, and we have attempted to put similar questions together and put them in front of Daji. Let's all try and make use of the wisdom and guidance of Daji as he answers these very common questions that come to all of us. So let's start the question-answer session, and after that, like always, we will meditate with Daji.
Daji, what is consciousness?
Consciousness, simply defined, so far what comes to my heart is degree of awareness. By that it also means how unconscious you are, how unaware we are. See. Now this awareness has a lot to do with our mind, which is to think. Intellect, how to respond. Ego, should I or not? These three factors will come into play. If the consciousness is not well developed, for example, you have a big fight with your husband and your grandchild or child comes, mommy or papa, would you continue fighting? All of a sudden you will start smiling and pretending as if you are great lovers. If you don't, it only tells you how unaware you are, unconscious you are. Many things happens and we don't make any notice of it. But meditative mind captures it. Nothing escapes their vision.
Daji, do you think of Nirgun or Sagun Brahm while meditating?
Okay, if I say, have your attention on Brahm, or if I say, have your attention on Lord Krishna, how would you? It would be imaginations. See, the tragedy of fixing your mind on anything, fixation is bad. When we have big assemblies like 40, 50,000 people meditating, some Europeans will come and say, sir, I witnessed the presence of Lord Christ. I say, thank you. Some people from Maharashtra will say, I feel the presence of Lord Ganesha. I say, thank you. Some women will come up and say, sir, we experienced presence of Ma Durga. I say, thank you. So the gunas reflects based on your preconditioning, which in your mind the feeling is translated into what you are brought up with. You see? Fixing your mind on anything will always cheat you in some way. You'll be cheating yourself. You are kind of having that preconditioned, fixated idea that I am now successful in seeing Lord Krishna, if you fix your mind on that. But today, if you logically try to understand one thing, did anyone understand Lord Krishna when he was alive? That was his original form. He walked around. He was friend to so many people. Even his best friend could not understand him until he showed Vishwarup Darshan. And even when he showed Vishwarup Darshan, he said, my friend, please come back to the original form with which I am familiar, because I am so afraid of you now. Come back. Right? What does that say? That even with original form, We cannot understand the divine personification of that avatar Purusha. If we ask you to focus on Lord Krishna, how would you focus? Will that original form come? Seeing which nobody could understand, how would you understand now? Or having copies. Like, many people I say, just as an experiment, I say, think of Lord Krishna. People say, oh, we saw from Mahabharat, the movie serial, Nitin Bhardwaj comes to their mind. Is that Lord Krishna? Or some murti will come to their mind. But that is also the imagination. The painting would come to your mind. We say it's a matter of Shraddha. I do agree it's a matter of Shraddha. But it is make-believe Shraddha. It's not true. Any person we ask today, do you believe in God? Put your hands on your heart and answer this honestly. Do you really, really, really believe in God? Some people say, yes, sir, why are you asking such a question? I do believe we are Hindus. Ask your mother or grandmother. They might even get angry. Why are you asking such a question? And even slap you perhaps. You foolish fellow, don't you see I worship every single day, I do my puja? But then when you ask, why, Mommy, please tell me, why do you believe? Similar question I had asked my father in 1979. Because he was an ardent worshipper of Lord Shiva and also Lord Krishna in a temple. 2 hours he would spend early morning. By then I was already with this system of meditation, 3 years into. So I asked him, though I was bachelor at that time, Babu, please tell me, something that you experienced through this worship, a great experience that you can share with me so I can share with my children, your grandchildren, that my father experienced this. He became silent for many minutes and said, I'm yet waiting. He was 62 then. Then I said, why don't you come and meditate and experience something? So he came. And I took him to a preceptor. Those days in Gujarat, from my village, the preceptor who was there, almost 180 kilometers. So we took bus and then ended up there. He had the first exposure to sitting one-to-one. That is a proper way of doing one-to-one session, not like this. This is because we have no other options. And he was given 3 sessions, one after the other, over 3 days period, half hour each. In the very first session, halfway through, he started sobbing like a child. He says, I wasted my 62 years in practice. Something that I have experienced, something that touched me in my heart, now tells me this is the right thing. So, belief in God is good. Nothing wrong with it. But we should not be satisfied with mere belief. Otherwise, life will end with just a belief without experience. It's like, prior to 70s, our currencies were valued by the gold backing of each country. Greater the gold, stronger the currency. Our knowledge can become stronger with experience. You can say with confidence, I know there is God because I experienced the presence. There is no belief system there, see. I know so. And if you experience something during meditation once, is it enough? No. I'll give you an example to make us all understand this better. You enjoy the hospitality of a rich friend. You stay there for 3 months. You come home and say to your spouse, it was nice. My friend was so benevolent. I enjoyed all these things. But deep in your heart and your wife's heart, I wish I was as rich. Having divine experience is like that. Experience is one thing, but becoming divine is yet another matter altogether. So, these steps: belief is good, knowledge is good, experience is better. Experience is good, but becoming is better. Yoga Shastra says, transcend even this becoming. Give it surrender at the feet of the Lord and say, now I am absolutely naked, I am void, let thy will be done. I have no desires, I have nothing to ask of God, and I surrender. This is when, in the words of great Kabir, it's like raindrops falling in the ocean, becomes the ocean, see. No raindrop is left behind to say how I feel now. But many Mahatmas today say, oh, when you merge in God, you feel this. That is a laughable statement, because no one comes back from it. It's not that you die, but you become dumb. Mouth shuts up. You want to say it, but you can't say everything. There are no words that can explain. And that's why, Upanishads, Vedas, though they start everything so positively, but in the end they say neti, 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 meaning not this, not this, not this, meaning the ultimate experience is such a profound and intense experience that you cannot compare it with anything in this world. Not this, not this, not this. It's not comparable. So, neti, neti, neti. And they end the whole Shastra with this neti, prodding us to say, now experience it. Something beyond words. Thank you, sir.
Now, let's all meditate with Daji.
You all know how to meditate, and perhaps some of you do not really know how to meditate and joining us for the first time. This is how we meditate. Heartfulness way of meditation. It's very simple. Feel relaxed. Remove all the distractions if you might have. Something like phones. And focus on the presence of divine light in our heart. Think that this divine light is attracting your attention inward, and retain this thought as long as you can. By chance you happen to move away from this noble idea, when you're overwhelmed by so many thoughts, just remind yourself that right now I am meditating on the presence of divine light. Let's all begin meditation. That's all. Please make a note of how you felt. Let's write our observations.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Meditate with Daji. See you again next week.